Champions were crowned, championships were defended, and the Bloodline completely implodes. Hello there, and welcome to BunkaMania Wrestling here on the BunkaMania UK YouTube channel. I am, of course, the Dekker Dane. I'm definitely not the giraffe from Jeremy Graves because he's currently busy preparing his AEW Double or Nothing review. So today we're talking everything about what happened at WWE Night of Champions. And I am not alone for this review. We do have a nice little special guest, regular contributor to BunkaMania, especially on the BunkaMania Goes to the Movies. It is, of course, MangaGirl herself, Harriett. Harriett, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on the channel. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yes. Oh, well, considering we both went to the Wrestle Talk watch party to watch the event, it kind of made sense for us to kind of chat about the event and be able, since we all kind of know what happened, kind of experienced it with the crowds and so forth.
Yes.
But yes, generally, that's what we're here to do today. We're going to talk Night of Champions. And before we begin, if you enjoy this video and would like to get more BunkaMania Wrestling content, then please do us a big favor, hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button. If you're listening to us on an audio podcast channel, you can also subscribe on your podcast platform of choice. And that way you will get brand new episodes of BunkaMania as soon as they go live. So before we go into the play-by-plays, generally a general overall thought on Night of Champions in general. I think for both of us, I think attending the Wrestle Talk watch along party kind of did heighten the experience for us, I suppose, because I think on paper and considering a lot of the results were kind of sort of foregone conclusions, not entirely they were foregone conclusions, but I think a lot of them were kind of, the writing was on the wall for some of them. I think it was just nice to watch the show with a crowd again and just kind of enjoy the pantomime experience that is WWE nowadays.
It did seem like that. I mean, the crowd, it was electric in that room, literally, especially for certain matches in particular. But yeah, it did really hype it up a lot because I think I didn't actually watch it back apart from seeing it live, but I don't know how the crowd reacted or anything like that. But with the atmosphere it did really amp it up a lot, which really helped. And I don't usually watch a lot of the Saudi shows, but this one I did enjoy. So I'm guessing it is probably because of the enjoyment of others around as well.
Yeah, I think as well, I mentioned this in the preview video when I was recording this with Jeremy. It was more, I think despite the sort of still kind of clouds that the Saudi events kind of bring every time we get to one of these shows, I think the emphasis that the wrestling and the storytelling is continuing with these shows now is also quite helpful, because in the past you would have a storyline built and then you would just have a side excursion off to one of the Saudi shows and all storylines get put on hold, or it just becomes a very big glorified house show. I think in some elements here it's still very much a glorified house show, but there were at least some bits here that expanded certain storylines, especially when it came to the main event. But yes, might as well get this a little bit out of the way because it did happen at the watch party, and I think I would be totally amiss if I didn't show what I came away with. Now, Wrestle Talk were running a charity raffle for women in sport. I believe they definitely raised over £1,000 worth for the charity. So big well done to Wrestle Talk for that as well. Great charity as well. And yeah, I did kind of come away with this, which I think if anyone saw the Wrestle Talk reactions, probably saw my reaction. I've seen it once. I don't think I'm going to see it again, to be perfectly honest, because it's just like, yep, okay, that's how it went. So yeah, I have my own championship, and this one's going to go in nicely into collection. It's also signed by the Wrestle Talk team that were there on the night as well, so it's really cool, kind of nice collector's edition as well. So yeah, I thought I'd better mention this bit now.
The elephant in the room.
Yeah, and for the benefit of our audio listeners, I currently have a nice shiny wrestling belt strapped over my shoulder with Jam That Jam right in the center, which is their little catchphrase they built from Quizlemania onwards. But no, really surreal. Very, very happy to have this. Yes, so I'm going to treasure this for quite a long time now. So yeah,
honestly, well deserved. It was just, yeah, your reaction was fantastic. It was really good. I know there was some. It's like, I know you can watch back and think, oh god, but it was a brilliant moment, and a few people did say afterwards, you did truly deserve it. It was a brilliant moment, which and because we're at the front as well, even better.
Yes, we are on the hard cam quite a lot. So if you do step over to Wrestle Talk, and you should support them because they are a great channel anyway. If you do check out their live reactions, it would be very hard not to miss us when it comes to the main events itself. Anyway, so let's crack on with Night of Champions, and of course, we opened up with the crowning of a new World Heavyweight Champion as Seth Rollins defeated AJ Styles in the finals of the new World Heavyweight Championship tournament. I'm going to call it the new World Heavyweight Championship because at this moment in time, according to WWE.com, this is in no way, shape, or form connected to the old World Heavyweight Championship that was retired in 2014. So as it stands, Seth is the only person to hold this belt and currently has the longest reign with it. So for now, it can all change very soon. Who knows? But yes, I mean, this was a really good technical opener between Seth and AJ. I think you would not expect anything less between the two. And I think during the match, I think while the result, I think a lot of people expected, I think they did try enough in the match to kind of suggest maybe, just maybe, AJ might be winning this one because there was a moment I think when Rollins dived out into the aisle to sort of do a flying attack on AJ, did the little tweak of the knee, so it sort of started playing into the fact that the knee's been injured. Oh, is that gonna stop him from doing some of his moves? I mean, there was this weird stomp he tried to do on AJ where he just ended up kind of stomping the hair or just stomping in front of his face. It was weird.
Very weird.
I don't know what happened there, but there were still some cool moments. There was the pedigree off where they both traded pedigrees for near falls. It was quite fun. But no, ultimately Seth won with a stomp through the pain of his tweaked knee, and Triple H was there to give him the big new World Heavyweight Championship. I'm going to have to keep saying new just to clarify that it is a new belt. It's not a secondary belt. It's not a secondary belt in any shape or form. It's a new belt. It's new. It's new. It's shiny. It's like new Coke. Just, I mean, what's new about it? It's the same drink, just with a slightly refined taste. It's still Coke.
Different color can.
I don't know. But no, I feel Seth winning was the right call because it gives Raw a headlining world title now, despite the sort of comparisons to the fact that Roman has both of the top belts, so this isn't really a top belt per se right now, but obviously hopefully Seth and the future champions that take on this belt will give it the extra prestige and elevate it higher. But yeah, that's my sort of thoughts on it. Any thoughts from you, Harriet?
I have to first talk about what Seth came out in.
Oh
Craven the Hunter.
Oh, the leopard print shoulder pads. He was going strutting his stuff. He was looking fabulous.
Oh my gosh. On all, it was a great match. I was very confused also with the stomping of the hair. Even I was just like, wait, what happened there? The move outside the ring where I think it was Seth who got the DDT kind of into the end of the ring. Oh, jeez, yes. That was painful. I literally just winced as soon as I saw that, and I was just thinking, nope, that's it. AJ's winning. Because with WWE logic and the way the things are at the moment, you think, oh well, this is a Raw exclusive title, but you have a SmackDown superstar fighting for this championship. I honestly thought at one point, this is it. AJ's gonna go, and then Roman's gonna go ahead and win it in a few months' time. But so I was really glad I was proven wrong that Seth did win this. It was a really good match. It was a great opener to start it off and just get the crowd hyped for the rest of the show. But yeah, the whole tweaking of the knee as well. I was literally like, oh no, this isn't good. No. Please don't pull this move on me. Just I don't care if AJ loses. I want Seth to win. I don't care if I lose. Because my prediction was AJ to win. Heart of hearts, I didn't want to doubt myself, but I was glad in the end that Seth did win, and in the way he did it, and the whole thing of being introduced via Triple H was very sweet as well at the end. It was just like the mentor giving his student, you know, because pedigree, the championship at the end. And yeah, it was a very good match to open it off.
Yes, I think I had a sense that it could have been AJ sitting across front and Seth had been front and center for like the last few weeks. No, and when it came to this belt, it was always, oh, we got to talk about Seth. We've got to talk about Seth. We've got to be talking about Seth. And it would be typical WWE if they kept talking about Seth and they talked about the prestige of this belt. And then it went, well, actually, it's AJ's belt.
Lol, AJ wins.
Yeah, AJ wins, lol. It's on SmackDown now. Whoops. But thankfully, logic prevailed. And logic prevailed quite a lot on this show, which I was quite happy. And we'll get to that a bit later on with Cody and Brock. Anyway, let's move on. Next match. Trish Stratus defeated Becky Lynch in a really solid match between the two as well. It never ceases to amaze me. Trish coming back after so long. Obviously, she had a match with at SummerSlam against Charlotte Flair several years ago. She's come back for another couple of matches. She had a match. She had the six-woman tag at Mania, and this is the first proper one-on-one. Trish is still got it. She's still an exceptional wrestler there, and it was just great to see her mix it up with Becky. Generally a fun match. I mean, Becky came out dressed up as Uma Thurman from Kill Bill, ready to kill Trish, maybe.
Love that. Love that. Yeah, legitimately. You upset her child, that's it. It's game over.
Yes. when you make little baby Lynch cry, oh, troubles ahoy. But no, I think it kind of played in quite nicely to the final visuals of the match, because Becky was just getting the upper hand against Trish, and then lo and behold, a surprise sneak attack from Zoe Stark, recent NXT call-up, came out, had a finisher, busted Becky's nose open, and Trish gets the win. And you're left with this very seething look of Becky, her face once again smeared with blood, a la the Nia Jax punch many, many years ago that set her off on the path to become the man. And you're just going, yeah, this got even more interesting. And I think Stark going up against Lynch as like one of her first main feuds on the main roster is actually quite promising, really, because Stark's been a really good wrestler for NXT. So I think their styles are going to be really good in the match. Probably, if they're going to collide, I would imagine they'd probably do it some like Money in the Bank, and then maybe you'll have Trish, Becky 2 at SummerSlam to continue the story. Yeah.
I believe so. It was a very good match. There was the whole surprise of Zoe Stark turning up, because Trish went under the ring. We thought, why is she going under the ring? Is she going for a weapon? And that was the call out, obviously, for Zoe to come out and attack. But I do agree in the fact that the first match, for it being Zoe Stark and Becky Lynch, that's going to be incredible. I mean, and love the match. I mean, Trish has improved a lot since years ago, and she had the "Thank You, Trish" on the back of her suit, so it's just kind of like ham up the crowds. Basically, you know, she's saying, I was the one who created the women's revolution, and it's all me, it's no one else. So that was a nice touch in regards to just it's just all about me, nothing to do with anyone else who took part. But yeah, very good match. Hurricanranas everywhere.
Everyone wants a Hurricanrana. You get a Hurricanrana. You get a Hurricanrana. The ref might get a Hurricanrana. No, we don't need any more ref pumps. We have too many. We have too many when it comes to Roman Reigns matches. But no, hurricanes for everyone except the ref. Yeah. And maybe Michael Cole. I don't know if he could take it.
No, not anymore, I don't think. But but I did love the whole look at the end, like you said, after Nia. It's kind of like Kill Bill in a way, like Kill Bill 2, Volume 2. It's going to happen again. It definitely is, because it's good in the way that this story does carry on, and now you have the added aspect of Zoe Stark. Lita might come back into it again, and then could be a tag, possibly for SummerSlam even, if it builds up to that.
Yeah, you could have the tag at Money in the Bank, and that builds into like the singles match. Maybe it's made the feud still interesting. I think that's the important thing. I think it's a feud that I'd like to see continue. I think a lot of people would like to see continue, and hopefully it's onwards and upwards on this feud. So let's move on to an unsurprising result on this card, but still entertaining to watch, as Gunther absolutely destroys Mustafa Ali in a very short but full throttle match, which I think many people were not surprised at the result, but it was still very enjoyable to watch. So yeah, I mean, I talked on the predictions about Ali having like a little hopeful baby face come back and getting a couple of near falls, and he did. I think he had a really nice, good showing here as well in front of in the home crowd, or the home country crowd, so to speak. I'm trying to get that right. But no, I think ultimately a fun match. Result was never in doubt, and Ali sold like a champ for Gunther's offenses, even like the big boot to the outside, and then just being casually thrown into the post and kind of spinning off into the distance. Ow.
Oh, that was painful. And they repeated it just to make sure you saw it again.
It's like, and there goes Ali, whack. Oh no. And there goes Ali again, whack. Oh no.
He's definitely gone.
He's definitely gone, and it took at least 2 lariats to put him down as well by the end of it as well.
Yeah.
But no, I hope they do more with Ali, or kind of stuff, or keep building him up as like a good mid card talent to really kind of challenge for like the secondary belts, because I think he is untapped potential, and it's like there's so many times where you think Ali's about to kind of break out, and then something happens, whether it be injury, like which led to Kofi Mania many years ago, or even just frustration of booking and Vince McMahon at the time. But yeah, so hopefully something's good's going to be on Ali's radar very, very soon. Gunther continues the reign. He's probably going to beat Honky Tonk Man's record at some point. Just going to say, those AR graphics, they're a choice.
I think the whole crowds where we were was just like,
it's like, are we leaning too much into the Gunther might be a Nazi thing again, like we had with the bad Gunther Stark many years ago, a year or two ago on NXT? Please don't go down this way, WWE.
No,
Gunther is fine. Maybe if you just had, maybe it was just Imperium banners and not just Gunther's face looking menacingly off into the distance. I think we'd all be a little bit more relaxed.
I think all I could hear, well, because you stood beside me, all I could hear was, "Oh no." And then suddenly I'm just hearing like, oh, it's just like, no.
I mean, I
there was choices. That was not a good choice.
I think I caught Adam Blumpier's reaction as he stared at the screen and then just turned around and went, no.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, it was like, no, what? No, why? Why would we? No.
No.
I mean, it was fun. It was fun for everyone at the watch along to kind of shout along with the introduction from Ludwig Kaiser. I think that's become quite memorable now. Just like demand gratitude, and everyone just gets to say Gunther all together now.
The hands behind the back as well. Even I stood with my hands behind my back. It was just instinct.
I like the entrance. I like the presentation. The AR graphics are a bit of a but hopefully they're not too permanent. Maybe, who knows? No. I mean, we've had giant demigod Roman Reigns just kind of lingering over stages for like 3 years now or 2 years now, just going rah ooh ah, and that's the way. So maybe that's here for the long haul. Who knows?
Oh gosh,
who knows? Let's move on to our next match. Now, this, I think on paper, I think everyone kind of had their attention on the cards for Bianca Belair, but lo and behold, a very pleasant shock happened with Asuka becoming the new Raw Women's Champion. So Bianca's hold the record for the longest women's championship reign on the WWE main roster in over 17 years. So that's about 420 days before she lost the belt, because she won it at Mania 38. Yes, against Becky. But I think a lot of fans are kind of in agreement that the reign at that time had started to kind of peter out, or just became Bianca wins LOL in a way. And it's kind of like it's fun for a start, or just it's great to see her overcome adversity a couple of times, but when it just becomes a regular thing. So it's like, well, the character's not interesting. The character's getting a bit stale. So I think her losing was the right call.
Yes.
And just to say now, because I promised him during predictions that I would do this.
Yes.
Jeremy, you're right. You were right.
There's the decree.
You were right. But I was right about Cody Brock. So let's carry on.
So take that.
Equal measures.
This was the shock of the night because no one was expecting it.
I think we had a mini
no one
riot.
was. Oh.
we had a mini riot in London.
Oh my god, the crowd went nuts. They did.
Yeah.
So there's only someone jumping on my shoulder, like cheering for joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think to be fair, up until like the final spots of the match, this match was not particularly that engaging. I think because we had quite a bit of fun with the opening couple of matches. This one was becoming like the sort of, okay, we need to kind of recover. We need to recover and get our senses back. And yeah, I mean, even watching it, I just kind of felt bored. I mean, that's no discredit. That's no discredit to Asuka and Bianca as wrestlers. They are very, very good. They work well together. But I think the fact that this story had been thrown together very quickly over the last couple of weeks, I think no fan seemed very interested in it. It was a WrestleMania rematch, which if Asuka was going to win the title, she should have won it at Mania. But clearly, records need to be broken in that sort of sense. So yeah, it's just like it wasn't that exciting until you saw Asuka kind of missed up her fingers and then rake Bianca's eyes, and then a couple of kicks later, all done.
Yeah, after missing the mist, because that was very confusing. Missed the mist.
She missed the mist on purpose. She missed the mist on purpose. Try saying that a couple of times, viewers and listeners. See how you get on.
Because I was thinking, because Bianca's wearing a pure white suit, and I was thinking, this is going to get ruined at some point with the blue mist. But it was very, now, of course, you think of that. But I thought it was very clever how Asuka done it, though it was very funny in regards to Belair's reaction of like, my eyes. It's like preventing me from getting the pin.
It stings.
I don't know. It stings so much.
It stings of mist. Ah!
Oh my god! But I think because it was after the Gunther Ali match, it was going to be flat, and also because obviously it was a WrestleMania rematch. No thought really went into it, so it was very much. We've seen this a couple of months ago. We know it's gonna. Well, we thought we knew what was gonna happen, and then obviously that shocker happened. So I'm glad in a way that Asuka did win, because it now brings emphasis. Because we talked about this, it's like you either make Bianca heel or she loses the title. So it was either one or the other, and I don't think they were going to make her heel at some point. It was the writing on the cards of Asuka winning, and I think in this case deservedly so. So now you can have fresh blood take on. I know the titles still have not swapped.
I was about to make that point.
So does that mean Asuka's going to go on? I don't know. It's
well, at the moment, both Asuka and Bianca are on SmackDown. So
yes.
So hopefully it's going to reinvigorate the title picture for the Raw belt on SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Please, can we swap the belts? I know we don't like swapping the belts, but please, for the love of all logic, swap the belts.
There's no logic in WWE. You know this.
I want my stupid belt swapping bollocks. That's what I want now. Give it to me.
Give it to me, Trips. To each other. Even if they're thrown to each other, just have it done. Get it over with.
I mean, yeah. Even if it's just Adam Pearce is saying, "Okay, we're going to swap the belts over. Please give me your belt. Here is your new belt on both the shows." That's fine. Everything can go on to be happy, and we don't get confused by this brand split anymore. Which doesn't even work half the time already. I don't know.
What's a brand split?
I don't know. It's when you cut Coca-Cola and try and kind of merge it with Pepsi. Coca-Pepsi. I don't like it. By the way, we're not sponsored by Coke or Pepsi, just to put it out there.
No.
Anyway,
God, let's good match-ish, but yeah. It was what it was. Yeah.
yeah, let's move over to the Raw belt on SmackDown, to the SmackDown belt being on Raw. and shortest match of the night, Rhea completely destroys Natalya. Rhea Ripley beats Natalya in pretty short order.
On her birthday.
On her birthday as well. Happy birthday, Natalya. And you know what? I don't think anyone was mad about this result from the watch along. I mean, I know one or two people who were very mad on it on Messenger.
Really?
But I'll get to that point in a second. But yeah, the general layout of this match was basically the bell rang, Dom distracted Natalya, and then Rhea just kind of took Natalya on the tour of the ring, thrown into steps, thrown into the commentators' desks a couple of times, thrown her into steps again, riptide, end of. And yeah, it's like I think a lot of people were fine with this result, but people were kind of going, oh, it's like, why was even the point of the match? I think the point of the match is you're building Rhea up as this monster heel, and you have to feed her competitors like this in like a sort of manner. And you saw it with Zelina Vega at Backlash. I mean, yes, she had a bit more of a showing because obviously Puerto Rico, home crowd, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. But ultimately, at the end of the day, there is no chance in hell, considering the underdog status right there and there, that they were going to win, especially when Rhea's just won the belt. And when this match was decided, like a week before the Premium Live event, there's no chance in hell Natalya was winning that belt. None. Not in the slightest. So it's kind of like I think as long as these things are done in like short measure, so you have a couple and then you have a substantial feud against someone for a couple of months, that works. If you're going to do this, for like 3 to 4 months, that might get stale very quickly. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, Dom and Rhea and Dom. Let's do the proper dominance here. Rhea and Dom.
Address it correctly.
Yes. Rhea and Dom are totally over as a double act. Rhea is totally over as a superstar with the crowd. So I can't see them getting bored of it too quickly, to be perfectly honest. But I think for the sake of possibly giving the reign a bit more credence and a bit more kind of depth, we need to have like a decent feud coming up, maybe starting at Money at the Bank and going on from there, really.
I like the fact that the celebration lasted longer than the actual match.
Yes.
The whole thing of like Dom leaping on Rhea, and then that was it, and they just kept repeating the match as they were walking up the ramp, and then they're still stood on the ramp, and you think, okay, we could have seen this match about 4 times.
So it's like you've won. We know you've won. That's it. But obviously, we obviously had to fill time before the next Peacock ad came in, or the next sort of promo.
Get everyone ready for the next match. Yeah.
Get everyone ready for the next match. Yes, that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not angry that it was only 2 minutes. But it's like, I think it works. I think it works for Rhea, to be perfectly honest.
It does. I mean, it adds to her character because, like you said, they're trying to build her to be this monster because she is, this powerhouse of a woman, pretty much destroying anything in her path. And I wasn't mad. I love Rhea, so I was just like, it was great. I honestly didn't mind it. I knew it wasn't going to last long. I was actually happy with how long it lasted because I thought if this was going to carry on, it wouldn't have made sense. I mean, yeah, that was the squash match of the night. You knew pretty much. If you didn't guess that Rhea was going to win, I don't know what you would have been thinking for the rest of the night.
It's like I've got a hunch. I've got a hunch that Natty, who just so happened to get the match a couple of days before the pay-per-view. I have a feeling it's going to happen. It's like, no, stop it. Stop being silly. That's old WWE logic, not new one, not new logic. Moving on. Yeah. Moving on. Logic prevails. Logic prevailed. I'm happy to shout that logic prevailed because Brock Lesnar made Cody Rhodes pass out. So, yes, the latest chapter of adversity. Cody Rhodes needs adversity. It's a rematch against Brock Lesnar following Backlash, and Brock Lesnar going, I want to fight. A real fight. Yes, Brock, you want to fight. A real fight. Obviously, I wouldn't do. Obviously, in no way, shape, or form. I'm trying to. Well, it's slightly mocking, but obviously, obviously deeply respect Brock. But it was just like that promo is actually quite good. It's just the high pitched squeal of intensity when he shouts he wants a proper fight, because you never really saw Brock that pissed off before.
No.
But that's besides the point. He got a fight. So he got a fight.
He got the fight.
He got the fight. So Cody Rhodes and his in inverted commas broken arm. Yep. In a weaponized arm brace, so to see, certainly tried to slay the beast once more, because he was casually using it as like a blunt instrument, just bashing Brock over the head with it a couple of times, using it to do crossroads, Cody cutters, that sort of things. Brock still kicked out near falls of like 2.5, 2.99, that sort of way. And then you had the usual Brock spiel. You had the suplexes, you had an F5, and then you had the first round of like Kimura locks going in, which ultimately ended with Cody in the slowest of kind of crawls to the ropes of going, you're gonna tap Cody. Yeah. No, I've got to overcome adversity. I've got to slowly squeak myself towards the ropes. And I think in the watch along, we spent 3 to 4 minutes shouting tap or crawl, Cody, crawl, in that sort of way.
I think what I heard of it was tap, tap, tap.
I think for my own sanity of logic with WWE, I wanted Cody to tap. But no, against all adversity, against all that adversity, Harriett, he got to the ropes. He tried to do a comeback, but he got back. He ended up back in that hold again, and unfortunately, Cody passed out through the pain. Didn't tap. He only passed out. So I think it's personally, and I studied on the predictions. I think it's the right result. It is the right result, because I would be happy with a finale match between these two. I think it would have been too silly if Cody won with the broken arm. Yes, inverted commas all around, everyone. Broken arm. So yeah, I mean, this basically means there's a third match coming. Whether that is going to be as part of a story element of Money in the Bank, or an actual match at Money in the Bank, or even on to SummerSlam, because we've got to sell the Cody arm injury, I suppose. Remains to be seen. Last a while. Yeah. So yeah. I was happy with this match. This match was entertaining. It delivered the result I felt it needed to deliver, and it's all good. Much. I find it fine.
It done what it said it needed to do. You know, Brock really just wanted to get at Cody. You know, Cody weaponized that arm as much as he could. You know, making sure he got enough hits to Brock. And then the passing out was just perfect, because it doesn't seem like Cody gave up or tapped out and said just passed out, which was the right result in the end. So I'd like to see one more match out of it, and then maybe start for it to play off a little, because I don't know. It just seems like it's suited for one more match, and then hopefully we'll just take it from there, carry on. But it did what it did. I enjoyed it, and it's just crazy, but really good match. Adversity.
I mean, it's like after we get through Adversity Book 2, Brock.
Oh God.
What is Adversity Book 3 going to look like?
Oh my God. Break his ankle. I don't
know. No, it'll just be a Vortex feud with Baron Corbin, maybe. I don't know.
Oh no. Oh God.
Who knows? No. Baron Corbin, maybe The Miz again.
Oh gosh.
We can dream.
No, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare.
but no, that would be a dream for Cody, because he's the American Nightmare, Harriett.
Yeah.
Play on words. Play on words. Right, let's move over to the main event. Big fight feel for this one. This was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens defending the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships against the Bloodline team of the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion of the World, Roman Reigns, and Solo Sokoa. Great main event, big fight feel.
So good.
I think one of the big thing, I mean, I think even at the watch long, we were all kind of engrossed in like the entrances as well. Everyone's they're throwing the ones up in the air. I mean, I threw my belt up in the air when Roman was doing his sort of belt proclamation in a way. But no, I think the first thing is it's in one way great to see, and also surreal to see Sami Zayn at a Saudi show after so long.
And he looked very emotional as well. I could see. I think I turned to Luke because he was stood beside me, and I said, "You could see he's crying as he's walking to the ring." And I was just like, "Oh gosh, very surreal."
Yeah, it was a very surreal moment. I mean, there was a nice sort of icing on the cake when he did his introductions in Arabic as well, just to really kind of sell that home people.
And the outfit advantage as well, the attire he was wearing.
Oh yes, absolutely as well. So it was a really sort of surreal, heartwarming sort of thing. And then sometimes with the Saudi shows, you can't really say half the time they're heartwarming moments. But I think generally, I mean, even there was a great video about Mustafa Ali going to take part in some of the religious ceremonies going on as well. And I think it's just it's a nice spotlight for those stars. And obviously highlighting their sort of religious background and their beliefs as well. So I think that is a good element of this particular Saudi show as well. So we get into the match, and basically it starts off. Zayn's in the ring. He's Roman doing typical Roman things. He doesn't want to fight anyone at the moment. He just wants to shit talk with the crowd, pretty much. Solo gets in there. I think Zayn becomes the person who gets worked over quite a bit before Kevin Owens comes into this match. But then it really starts picking up when Reigns gets involved, and it's like you get some really cool like combinations. You've got Owens doing the stunner before he got a spear. You got Sami doing the Superman punch to get a good measure of revenge against Roman as well,
and the spear as well,
and the spear as well. And then lo and behold, wouldn't you know it, Harriet? Wouldn't you know it? You wouldn't expect to see these in a Roman Reigns match, but the ref got speared.
Who would have thought it?
Who would have thought it? I mean,
it's like it's never happened before.
I mean, it's not like it's happened. It's not like it's happened over the last, I don't know, maybe 3 and a bit years. Who knows? I don't know.
It's a standard thing now.
But I'm always shocked to see it happen, or just it's kind of like it happens and you go, oh no, the ref is down. Who is going to save us?
Meanwhile.
Anyway, the ref bump allows the Usos, who were categorically told not to be there, turn up and try to help the match. Now, I kind of predicted that they would, in inverted commas, help the match in some way. But no, I think they generally were trying to help.
Yes.
But obviously, in good old-fashioned theatricality, the help goes completely sideways, where basically Roman's been laid out for a while. The Usos come in, they attack Kevin Owens. They're doing super kicks all around, and they just kick Solo's head off. Just as Roman Reigns,
Sammy got out of the way.
And Roman's just sat up and he's looked at the ring. Oh no,
bad timing.
Oh no. I don't think Roman liked what you did.
No, he was already mad from SmackDown and the couple of days before when he was like, I'm the tribal chief. You hear the music, you feel, oh well,
someone's in trouble.
Yep.
But no, this builds up. It builds up to the big storytelling pivotal moment of the match, where basically Reigns gets into an argument with the Usos, really gets in Jay's face, and when you think the sensible, you kind of think logically it's going to be Jay to finally go, hey, this is enough. I'll super kick you. It's Jimmy who delivers the kick.
That swerve was beautiful.
and again, it's just like it immediately makes the Bloodline storyline immediately like must watch wrestling storytelling. But no, basically what happens is Jimmy delivers the kick to Roman. Jimmy and Jay, they have a Jay's completely going, what are you doing? And Jimmy says, I'm doing what you should have done 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and delivers a second kick to Reigns and more or less takes Jimmy takes Jay who's very hesitant to get out the ring, by the way,
Yeah.
away from the ring. Jay's still quite conflicted in a lot of it, and during the whole commotion, Kevin Owens delivers a stunner, Zayn delivers a haluva kick, and Zayn and Owens retain the belts. Right call on the result as well, because I think I would have been very annoyed if Roman got more belts.
I was worried, and I did tell you about this. I had a feeling in my heart, I was thinking it's going to be Roman and Solo who's going to win. I didn't want it to, and then I changed halfway through, and I was thinking, no, it has to be Sami and Kevin. But the whole build-up was just brilliant, and the whole thing with everyone chanting for Sami as well outside of the ring really got to Roman as well. He was just like looking around the crowd like, no, you should be chanting for me. I am your tribal chief, no one else should be. But it was just well done as well, and the fact that they worked over Sami a lot. Every time they tried to get to Kevin, they couldn't, and they just toyed with Sami like a cat playing with a mouse. But it was the right result, I do agree. I love the fact it was Jimmy who pulled off the super kick twice. And then the whole thing of them walking away from the ring, and Jimmy's like satisfied, and Jay's just like, oh no. Like, what's going to happen next? And like you said, it's going to make SmackDown compelling view. And I think even Paul Heyman tweeted about it, saying, we will talk about this on SmackDown. So you have to watch it for this to continue. So it's just like, at least now, I don't know if the whole story of Sami and Kevin now has now finished with that, or if it's going to carry on.
I would say, I think it's done. I think I mean they've beaten Reigns and Solo. They've watched the Bloodline implode. I think Sami's end goal was to make the Bloodline implode.
Yeah,
it's achieved. It's done. Yes. And to be perfectly honest, I think I don't think we can take any more of Sami and KO against the Bloodline. As much as it has been great fun to watch over the last couple of months, they need to do something new now. Their story's complete. They've got the belts off the Bloodline. I think it's time for them to forge their next feud with a team, whether that be Judgment Day, Imperium, or any other teams out there. There's a good bevy of teams out there that I think you get some compelling feuds out of. But that is generally Night of Champions in a nutshell. Like I said, I think generally this was a good show.
It was
generally a good show.
They've had two good shows in a row, because like with Backlash, that was good, and then I was worried for Night of Champions, but I did actually thoroughly enjoy it. I mean, there wasn't really a bad match per se. The only one that was the kind of the quieter was the Belair Asuka match. But apart from that, really good matches and good storytelling going forward with some of them as well. So it'd be interesting to see who Seth is who's his first opponent is gonna be going forward, and then the Bloodline, obviously imploding. And now with Gunther, because there's rumors that maybe Matt Riddle could be the next person to face off against him. So it's good that it is open, because like you said before, the Saudi shows just like glorified house shows, but at least now the way it kind of opens it a bit more forward and incorporates the story moving forward with other shows and other pay-per-views, and the storytelling just continues going. So yeah, in all, I thought it was great.
Yeah. Cool. And we would love to hear your thoughts on the event as well. Tell us what you think in the comments below. You can also super kick an email over to us at contact@bunkamania.com. So that is just about going to do it here on the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you are awaiting an AEW Double or Nothing review, don't worry. Jeremy and Tom will be delivering that in the next couple of days. And if you do like your wrestling movies, we'll be doing a brand new episode of BunkaMania Goes to the Movies very soon with Harriett as well, joining me as we talk about Triple H in The Chaperone. So I need to rewatch this, because it's been a month or two since I watched it, and I vaguely recalled liking this film. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if rewatching it is going to be just as rewarding. But no, it'll be good fun.
Yes. I'm looking forward to watching it. I actually got the Blu-ray, so I'm looking forward to seeing it.
For £1, I heard. For £1.
For £1, yes. Money well spent.
One of the king's pounds. Delightful. And if you would like to listen to the BunkaMania Goes to the Movies podcast series, it is exclusively available on our audios feed. So do head over to your favorite podcast provider, whether that be Spotify, Apple Music, or even Google Podcasts. You'll be able to find the episodes there. We've talked about The Condemned, we've talked about Countdown, and we've talked about Bending the Rules as well. And because Harriett is a guest here, I'm going to open the floor up and let Harriett plug her various channels and streams.
Okay. Yes, so you can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/MangaGirl232. I do reactions to wrestling and a band called NSP. I'm also on Twitch twice a week. Harriett_MangaGirl. I stream twice a week, 8 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Various games, just chat, chill, and just general play games, what I feel like playing on the day. I don't really have a continuous series as yet. Hopefully I will soon. But yes, those are the two main channels. And I'm on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at MangaGirl232. That's where I post my videos and when I'm going to be streaming and stuff like that.
Awesome. Thank you very much for joining me on this episode, Harriett. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to get fresh BunkaMania Wrestling content into your YouTube feeds as soon as they arrive. And we will see you very, very soon. From me, the Dekker Dane, from Harriett, MangaGirl. We'll see you very soon. Adios.